Welcome, traveler, to Epic History Vault. Today, we step into a forgotten chapter of human history. The year is 800 AD, and the land we now call the United States of America, it was alive, thriving, complex. This is no empty wilderness. This is a world of cities. Zooming across North America covered in forests, rivers, and native settlements. Before Columbus, before the colonies, before skyscrapers and interstate highways, the land pulsed with civilizations rich, diverse, and sophisticated. Let's take a walk through the cities of ancient America. Cahokia, the city of the sun. Our journey begins in the Mississippi River Valley, where the heartland breathes life into one of the greatest cities of the ancient world, Cahokia. The year is 800 AD, and Cahokia is just beginning to rise. But already, you can hear the hammering of wooden tools, see families hauling earthen baskets, and smell the fires of early morning meals. This is a city in the making. Dozens of earthen mounds, like man-made hills, rise from the earth, the beginnings of what would become Monk's Mound, the largest pre-Columbian earthwork in the Americas. Children run barefoot across packed clay streets. Traders arrive from distant regions bearing obsidian, seashells, and copper. They speak different tongues, yet the language of commerce flows. The society here is deeply spiritual. Skywatchers track the stars. Ceremonial plazas host feasts and dances under the sun and moon. Spiro, the hidden treasury now. We drift southwest to what is modern-day Oklahoma. You arrive in Spiro, a city smaller than Cahokia, but rich in culture, art, and mystery. What greets you here is astonishing. Burial mounds holding treasures, finely carved shell gorgets, copper masks, pearls, and textiles. These artifacts speak to trade routes that span from the Gulf Coast to the Great Lakes. Spiro was not just a city. It was a spiritual treasury, a sacred center for the Caddoan Mississippians. You'd see council elders in feathered robes, ceremonial fires glowing before carved effigies. Even in 800 AD, this was a place of reverence and wealth. The desert pueblos of the Southwest next. Let's journey west, into the arid beauty of the Southwest. Here, under the blazing sun, rise the early pueblos. You walk among stone and adobe structures, stacked like honeycombs into cliffs and canyons. This is the world of the ancestral Puebloans, who would later build Chaco Canyon and Mesa Verde. But in 800 AD, these settlements are early, yet striking, villages with kivas for ceremony, spiral petroglyphs, and underground chambers. Women grind maize on metates. Men hunt and trade turquoise. Community thrives in balance with nature. There are no kings here, no towering empires, but a quiet elegance rooted in the land, the stars, and the seasons. Hopewell echoes in Ohio. Let's return eastward, to a land of giant earthworks and geometric wonders. You arrive in the Ohio River Valley, and though the great Hopewell culture has faded, its legacy still rises from the soil. You walk along massive, earthen walls, shaped into precise circles, squares, and serpent-like forms. What were they for? Rituals? Astronomy? Messages to the gods? The people here, perhaps descendants of the Hopewell, still honor these sacred sites. What is your take on this? Subscribe, comment, and share your though on this. You witness seasonal ceremonies, torches flickering beneath the stars as chants echo into the woods. Florida's shell cities. Let's head south to the coastlines of Florida. You arrive in a city, not of stone or earth, but shell. These are the Calusa people masters of the estuaries. They build their cities from seashells, mounds, canals, and artificial islands. Fish traps line the shallow waters, Wooden walkways snake between homes on stilts. You see rulers dressed in shark teeth and feathers. Priests chant beside carved masks. This is a maritime kingdom, a shell empire, the Pacific Northwest, totems and cedar cities. Now, to the northwest, to towering forests of cedar and fir, where the air is cool and thick with salt from the sea. This is the land of the Tlingit, Haida, and Coast Salish. In 800 AD, their towns are built of massive cedar plank houses, their clans organized and proud. Totem poles mark ancestry and spirit guides. Ceremonies, potlatches, celebrate wealth through giving. Whales breach offshore. Canoes glide across the water. And stories sung, carved and danced preserve generations. Threads of a continent. Each city we visited was part of a larger web. A continent connected by trade, travel, and tales. Obsidian from the Rockies, shells from the Gulf, copper from the Great Lakes. Ideas flowed like rivers, binding people who never met, but whose lives danced to the same natural rhythms. A final reflection. So, what would you have seen walking through the cities of America in 800 AD? You would have seen innovation without iron. Comment on what other things you would have seen. Spirituality without temples of stone. Civilization without conquest. You would have seen people strong, wise, connected to the land. And though their names may not echo through your history books, their legacy whispers beneath your feet. Thank you for walking with me through this forgotten world. If you've enjoyed this journey, like, subscribe, and share the story. Until next time, keep wondering.